Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We're back again. And as usual, around this time, we go to the Mayweather case just to see what sense can we make out of it. Now, before we do that, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you're with us, you're in the loop, you're covered. Now, connect with us. Please comment, like, share, all those things. Now, it is apparent that Mangena failed to connect the projectile with the gun from the sea, with the gun, the apparent gun, the suspected gun, on his first test that he applied using Rulf's test, right? He tried to do it, but he couldn't, so he decided to what? As he says, he decided to use the bullets that are matching the ones from the sea. So he went on to do further tests. But Mshololo told him, no, before we go to the other test that you are doing, let's just concentrate on this test. This test says inconclusive, right?
It's this one. That's illustration number 2. Do you agree with me?
Bengisazama ukukhombisa kona yilokho okukhonjwa umqobolesholo wesibili. What yeah?
Then I am saying to you, or my question is, between illustration number 2 and illustration number 3, you see, there is a break because there are 3 striations that do not line up, that do not match on the other side, which they only appear on the left-hand side, but they do not go to the right-hand side.
Engichazayo ukuthi ke uma sibheka unumber 2 kukhona imigqa emithathu ebonakalayo ngakwesokunxele kodwa ayifinyeleli ekubonakaleni kahle ngakwesokudla.
The same striations that we are referring to.
Number 2,
Explained yesterday.
Number 2?
These striations
yes.
here, these ones. As I said, if your bullet is not straight, there won't be striations because it does not touch the arm of the partner.
Okay, so
But when you continue, there they are.
Njengoba sengichazile izolo ukuthi uma ningayiqondile inhlamvu yakho izobonakala kahle ngapha ngakwesokunxele. Kodwa ke nje uma silandelela siyabona
Can you follow the pointer? Is
iyabonakala
that the
kahle.
one that we are talking about?
That's correct, please.
Yes. If you go, it doesn't match with this one.
They match here. They are not that clear. If you
They are not that clear. Okay, let's agree
That's
to
a-
say they are
that's a-
not that
that's a
clear.
striation mark. Yes, it counts. It will end up right here. Let me try and put the water passes to wish. See now, if I'm holding it this way, I can see what you can't see.
Uma ngiyibamba kanjena le fatha phansi mina ngiyakwazi ukubona kodwa wena ukwazi ukubona.
Sorry, just for my understanding. Is it not because the bullet is cylindrical?
That's correct.
It must be.
The surface of the bullet is not straight. it's
Cylindrical.
Okunye
why you can-
ukuthi
yeah,
ke
please. I understand it.
inhlamvu lena iyingcindilezi.
Okay.
Rata had to come in and try to answer for this guy, Mangen, talking about, isn't it because the gun was cylindrical, the bullet was cylindrical? Now, be aware that here he is using the same weak reason that Mangena was trying to use when he said the microscope was out of focus, right? In fact, Numalo crashed that thing with, if the mark on number 4 was out of focus, why is number 5 so visible, yet is more out of focus than four. He couldn't come up with a proper answer for that because that is a weak reason. And I'm surprised that now Rata is trying to jump to hang on to that stupid reason, weak reason that can be crushed by what Mngumalo said. Now, it is shameful how Rata was trying to move his mouth. In fact, he was moving his mouth when Mangena was struggling. Like you could see he's trying to, like if he could, he felt as if he could put the words into Mangena's mouth or head, but he couldn't. So he decided eventually to just speak. For Mangena to decide to shoot further tests, here is my reason. I think this guy was just trying to match this these projectiles with the gun, come rain or shine. It doesn't matter. Like he wanted to just match them. And then, mind you, he's doing all these matches. The gun is still not yet with him. The gun is still at Cleveland police station. So, like everything is questionable with these guys. He doesn't want to admit that the procedure of handling that firearm was not like followed correctly, was not properly followed, like to the T. Even Rata is saying, "Are you saying that gun was not at the lab?" But Mshololo is saying, "No, I didn't say it was not at the lab. What I'm saying is, this gun, the procedure to collect it from the Cleveland police station, right, to take it to the ballistic labs, the ballistic lab, it was not properly followed. Like the record was not satisfying. What he said is it was followed. That's Mangena. It was properly followed. But we know that Mangena said himself he received the gun inside an open seal bag and he went there to collect himself. And Mshololo's bone of contention is you are not supposed to go and get the gun for yourself from the gun is supposed to come to you. So it shows us that Mangena has some vested interest in this. Like has some vested interest. Like there's something that he's chasing for him to go to volunteer to go and pick up the gun and to volunteer to do further tests when the first test couldn't give him the result that he wanted. Now, I'm going to show you a clip from the Oscar Pistorius case, right, where another ballistic expert, or is it another investigator, this guy was there at the scene. I think they arrived first, and then what happened was he called the ballistic guy. It was not Mangena. This guy came. What he did was he just straight up went to the gun, picked it up, cocked it, and whatever, without putting his gloves on. So this thing of them not following protocol, like they've been doing it. So just listen to this guy telling you how he was feeling when he realized that this guy handled the gun without gloves. Yet the gloves were in his pocket. So like this is exactly supporting what Mugomezulu was saying when he was saying, you cops, you guys do as you wish. You don't follow any protocol. Hence, you could say you can walk around with the gun, pick it from the police station without any documentation that says this gun is an investigation gun or a gun under investigation. You are supposed to have it for this reason and this reason. He said no, he could have it the whole day. Nobody will arrest him. This is what he feels. So just check those clips out so that you can have an idea how these people, what their mentality is. I'm out. Peace.
Is that correct?
That is correct, Maredi.
You never handled that fire.
I specifically didn't handle the firearm at all, Maredi.
But you witnessed somebody handling.
That is correct, Maredi.
What happened?
Maredi, after the photographer was finished in the bathroom, we allow access to the ballistic expert for the reason of the ballistics, the firearm, and the seizure of the firearm. So I was present when the firearm expert at that stage from the ballistic unit, Lieutenant Colonel Martu, was in the bathroom. I was busy talking on my cell phone, arranging and communicating with some of my superiors and also as well as Warrant Officer Botha, when I heard that the firearm has been cocked. So I turned my head to where the firearm has been cocked to see what is going on. And at that particular moment, the ballistic expert was having the firearm in his hand without gloves. He already took out the magazine was in his hand, and the firearm was in his hand. So I stopped immediately talking and I asked him, "What are you doing?" And then he turned his head to me and he was looking, and then he realized there was no hand gloves on. And then he said, "Sorry." And he put the magazine back in the firearm and he put it back on the carpet, on the this bathroom carpet. And then he took out his hand gloves from his pocket that was hanging out here in the breast pocket, and he put it on his hands, and then again he took the firearm and he made it safe and he continued with his. So immediately I was very angry, so immediately I turned around and I also informed Warrant Officer van Staden of what had happened, and I'm not very pleased with what I saw.